haven't seen this before, this is Marvel Snap. It is a direct-to-digital only card game that's available on Android and iOS at the moment in pseudo release state. So there's a closed beta they invited some people to. They did a soft release in the Philippines. So it exists in that region and hopefully more regions soon. The base gameplay is very straightforward. There are 3 locations in the center of the screen. All of your cards have a mana cost and a power, and the goal is to have the most power at 2 of the 3 locations at the end of the game. Hey, Savage Snad, thanks for the resub. Welcome back. So, replace both decks with 10 random cards. All right, that makes Jubilee a little bit worse, but it's nice that this flipped up after we go ahead and do this. So this is only 1 power for 2 mana, but it gives every card in our deck plus 2 power, so it makes them quite a bit stronger. Let's go ahead and drop her here on the left. Derby and Khazar kind of have some synergy. So Derby adds a rock to each location, which is a 1 cost 0 power thing normally, but Khazar will make all of our 1 cost cards at plus 1 power. So I think we'll go ahead and Khazar on the left here. I could Jubilee. So normally this deck is built in a way to leverage Jubilee's effect to good effect, where you get to like flip things out of your deck, and our deck's full of big things. But with our deck being 10 random cards, I think we're probably just not Jubileeing. We can realistically just like Khazar into Claw into Hulk here potentially, depending on what we draw. All right, so the White Queen draws them a 6 cost card out of our hand, which means we need to play around them having a copy of the Hulk next turn, potentially. So there's Captain America. He gets +1 for each other card at a location. Now, something that's going to kind of mess up some of the calculations here is New York says both players can move any number of cards to New York on the last turn of the game, which can kind of mess up, okay, how many cards can they actually play out here? I might Captain America here and then plan to try and take New York. Let's Cable on the left, because we'll be able to be winning here. Although I guess the Bishop actually means I'm not winning here. This is actually wrong. I probably should have put Captain America here. I forgot about Bishop. This is bigger every time they play a card. But I guess that's also just not a big deal, because I can pull my bigger cards out of Xandar and move them to the right into New York. This whole game was just an RNG shit show, huh? All right. Thankfully, the games are short, so we're going to go ahead and retreat. It's the final turn. Agatha. Agatha's a weird card that I don't think normally you would want to play. Well, I guess this is cute. You could build your deck in a way that you think makes the AI play it well, but yeah. So that one's definitely not one I would ever choose to put in a deck unless we were trying to explicitly meme with it. Just, she does have 13 power, so like she plays herself and gives you 13 power on the last turn is something, I guess. All right, none of our 1s, 2s, or 3s here, but our hand is full of nice chunkers. Would love to draw a 1 or a 2 here. So on turns 3, 4, and 5, no card can be played. There's definitely a little bit of a risk with this deck. Sometimes you just don't do anything for the first few turns. We have a good number of 1, 2s, and 3s. Have 5. Okay, we hit one of them, so that's nice. So we'll drop Sunspot on the right here, I think, since it's the only place it can be played. The other kind of awkward part with this setup is now that we haven't drawn a lot of our small things, Jubilee has a chance to hit a smaller thing. I don't think I have time to do this now. This is mostly a play on 2 or 3. You just don't play it. I think we Jubilee to the left here and hope that we hit some beef. There's definitely still some beef left in the deck. Okay, Claw's not bad. Claw gives 5 power into this location here. So now I gotta decide what do I want to set up my last turn to be. So I think we vision here. So vision special ability is you can move him once per turn. So if we vision here, he's gonna get +2 power from Stark Tower, and then we can slide him to somewhere else. Because obviously we're losing Stark Tower by a lot. So our plan is to try and win Crimson Cosmos and Miniature Lab here. Okay, so there's Chaves. So now the question becomes, what's my best bet to win? I have the same amount of power in both spots, right? So I guess we vision one place and we Hulk the other. And then we'll have 14 and 16, so hopefully that's good. I think I'm gonna snap them there. I don't think they beat 14 and 16 in these spots with nothing in play this turn. I guess they could have the card that comes down for 20 this turn, is the one card that gets us here. Okay. Okay. We're still good though, right? Hulk plus Claw beats this cardage. Hulk alone did it. Yeah, good stuff. Now, one of the mechanics to understand is snapping. So this is my current rank. I'm at 32, and I am 4 out of 10 what they call cubes towards the next rank. Each match of Snap is played for between 1 and 8 cubes. And you can snap at any point during a match one time to double the stakes, and the stakes naturally double on the last turn of the game. So you can play for up to 8 points if both players double. Okoye, how do you pronounce this character's name, chat? Okoye? I have no idea. Someone give me a phonetic in chat. This card is absurd on turn 2. We have it though. Feels real good. Okoye. The end of turn 3, destroy all cards here. Okay. I'll put Okoye on the right side for now then. Okoye. Yeah, I think this card's very good, so I want to learn to pronounce the name so that way we can, we're going to be playing in a number of things. I think it's good in more than just this deck. Okoye, not Okoye. Got it. Okoye. All right, and then no place here on 3, but that's fine. We'll have Jubilee next turn. So we're going to have to play into the Avengers compound on 5, but we can play Vision into the Avengers compound and then slide him out. So I think the plan is Jubilee here mid, and then we can Vision next turn and pull him out, and then we can Odin Jubilee in Murder World on 6 potentially. I could also be right to Claw middle depending on what we hit though. Okay, so Jubilee found Chaves. Doing thick lady stuff. Yeah, I think we just vision here, right? And then plan to do the slide to the right. Howdy, Ann. Well, so they kind of locked in here, huh? At 9? It feels like they're gonna Nova Carnage just this turn though, right? I'm kind of expecting them to go +8 on the right side. Yeah, the collector gate big if they play. I think we still bail out of here. I think we vision to the right, and then I think we just hedge our bets in these two spots, and we claw. So claw gives 5 to the position to the right. So this is going to be 13 currently, and this is going to be 17 here in the middle, and then we'll sunspot over here, so we're 17 and 16. And hope that that's good enough. I'm not confident enough to snap them back, but I think we stay in for 4 here with this line. Okay, we won the tiebreaker, right? Sick. Okay, so if you tie a location, the tiebreaker is total score, total power in play. So they're up by 11 here, but we're up by 13 here. Hellcow, or discard 2 cards from your hand. Sure. Yeah, I think the overlay turned out real well. Yes, you can have a complete tie. If you tie total power in play, the game just draws and no one loses cubes. We finished a mission. Win matches. Hard, also win matches. I feel like, is the game telling me that winning 4 matches a hard? Is that a dig, chat? It feels like it might be a dig. Is it trying to tell me something? Big, you're not cut out for this energy. So we actually haven't gotten to see Wave yet. We've seen some sweet Jubilee games. So Wave is a 3-drop that says next turn all cards in both players' hands cost 4. So she makes our 5s and 6s cheaper. They put a Nova into Murder World. Yeah, sure. Hopefully we draw an armor next turn. Nova into Murder World is interesting because, like, they're only going to be able to play out so many things this turn, right? You know, with Jubilee in hand, I think I want to play Wave to the right because I might want to Jubilee twice here in the middle on 5 and 6 since we have floating bets here. Oh, wait, is this a bot? This must be a bot. All right. We'll snap the bot and stop pretending like this matters. No, I don't think playing Nova there was necessarily wrong until they added the Ironheart here as well. So we'll drop Hulk here on the right, gonna lock in this space up, and then we'll Jubilee in the mid. I mean, if your Carnage is getting, if your Nova's getting killed in Murder World, playing Carnage out is also fine, I think. Our opponent snapped back, sure. You're assuming the bots are just for the closed beta. I actually would bet they're probably going to keep the bots overall for filling downtime. The bots become less prevalent the higher you get on the ladder, but the ladder season just reset, so I'm quite low right now. Okay, so there's Chaves, and she's 12, so just drop her in the middle. Call it a day. Yes, they also haven't had a full release anywhere yet, And one of the things it does try to do is the game tries to pair people into people with similar account levels, which is a good thing. And the bots can fill if there's not someone that meets that requirement. Jubilee grabbing Odin is great. Yeah. There aren't a ton of on-reveal things in this deck. Odin is mostly in here to give you another reroll on Jubilee. Oh, it's on MMR, not account level? I would assume it used both. No, I was playing Odin last time. What did I cut to fit in the Infinite? Oh, I added Hulk. I cut the Infinite for Hulk. Cuz I wanted Wave to be able to put my 6-drop into play. So, Olympia is actually a really mediocre spot for us, because the decks in this game only have 12 cards in them. So Olympia means that our Jubilees in the mid game often run out of deck to flip things over into, which feels bad. No, I haven't played a single deck enough to get any cards to the Infinity Split level. Okay, so there are only 4 cards left in our deck. The end of turn 5, move all cards here to other random locations. Well, that's kind of annoying. I guess we'll Wave on the left, which sets us up to Jubilee mid next turn. Or are we playing a mirror? Looks like we're playing a mirror chip. And them having Okoye on 2 definitely puts them ahead, I think. Professor X on the right. Cards can't be added, removed, or destroyed here. That is pretty good. So they've got the Strange Academy just on lock. I think we go ahead and just Vision in the middle to give us flexibility. Oh, Claw in the middle wins right. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I'm actually going to Vision left because I want the Claw to be a surprise. Okay, so they did nothing this turn, which means they're about to Infinite, which means we're guaranteed to win here if they're Infinite-ing, right? So I'm going to snap back and play Claw. The MTG bot person is looking into adding Snap, but I don't believe that has happened yet. I sent them the information. Thanks for the follow, ASP. Yep, there's the Infinite. So we win center and right thanks to the Claw. Yeah, I just don't want a bunch of competing bots in my channel gap. So I'll just wait for the MTG bot person to get it added. So this card, we knew it was likely coming because if you played a card last turn, you can't play this. And they passed on turn 5, setting themselves up to play this. This card is a little bit predictable. So if your opponent knows it's coming and they can beat it, usually they're going to beat it. Yes, and they also snap, so we got a full 8 cubes for that one. And sorry, it is tough to play Infinite by surprise, yep. Yeah, some more credits. 275, that might be enough to upgrade a card. Upgradable. Oh, I think these are 300. Yeah, these are 300. I don't think I want to upgrade any of these ones that are only on 100. I'm using the other Okoye art that we have. This one's 400 at this point, right? Yeah. Is there an outcome where you can fake playing Infinite? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Claw is great. Claw is one of my favorite cards of the game. You only have one card here. It has +5 power. That spot to the right. This is actually super unfortunate for us because I played Sunspot here. You really want to play Jubilee into an open space. I guess I could Jubilee on the right and just give up the Atlantis bonus is probably the play. So I think we wave this turn. We'll just continue building. I'm gonna wave mid. Wave plus like a claw into mid could end up being enough to win it, especially if we deploy another card here. And then depending on what they do, it could be right. It could be right to Odin mid next turn. Wave makes all cards in each player's hand cost 4 the following turn. So Death Blocked in Atlantis. With armor drawn, Jubilee has really good odds of hitting here. I kind of want a Jubilee left so I can find out if this is a location we can win. Because we could still Odin next turn if we want. We can Odin on 5 because 6 cards cost 1 less. Rip. Rip. Okay, we might still have a shot here. He says to himself, optimistically. I'm gonna Odin center. Well, if they snap, I might retreat. I don't know. Nah, I'd probably stay in. I might not stay in for the last turn, depending on what they do on 5, but I think we stay in if they snap here with Odin left or Odin middle. Okay, so Moon Girl makes their collector bigger. And then that's a Nightcrawler. So they can only play 1 card this turn, right? I guess they could theoretically play 2 6s, but in reality they're probably only playing 1 card. So I think we just Chaves, right? So they can't have another Moon Girl. And they can only play 1 card outright. And even if they Chaves here, their Chaves is only 10. They would need to add 2 cards to their hand. And I think with Moon Girl in play, they can't add 2 cards to their hand this turn because of the wave disruption that's currently going on. I think I'm going to Chaves and I'm going to snap. I feel good about this. Does Dino get us? Oh yeah, Dino would have exactly beaten us here, right? Would have beat us by 1. Okay, so they played the Dino in the wrong spot. I guess they thought maybe I was gonna go over the top of them here in Atlantis, which I guess that's true. If I would have Chavez'd here instead of here, we would have beaten them if they would have Dino'd here, right? So kind of won the coin flip there. I should have been thinking about Dino. Honestly, I think we stay in, even if I think about Dino there, but instead, we just don't snap. Yeah, it was a 50-50 from both of us. So I wouldn't have snapped if I'd have thought about the 50-50, but I think we stay in. All right. Let's play a different deck. Let's play this light deck for a little bit. I desperately want one more payoff for this deck, but it's also fun in its current state. So this is a deck playing a bunch of things that get a benefit when you move them around the board. Vulture and Multiple Men are our 2 cards that are our payoffs for that. We just passed here on one. Iron Fist moves the next card we play to the left after he comes into play. So we're going to save this until the turn where we're playing something that wants to be moved around. Ongoing effects are doubled at this location. Well, let's just go ahead and Electra over here. Is Craven that bad? Yeah, Craven's pretty mediocre. Craven, like, under ideal circumstances is, like, not that much better than just, like, an on-rate 2-drop. Multiple Men. Vulture. Okay, so... Okay, so we have kind of a sweet setup here. So we can go Cloak into Iron Fist, and then next turn... No, that doesn't work. Okay, hold on. So we go Armor into Iron Fist, and then next turn we Vulture, it slides, and then we can Cloak here the following turn to pull it in, or Cloak somewhere to pull it in. Oh yeah, let's do that. And I want to Armor first into Iron Fist, so that way Iron Fist doesn't move Armor, it moves Vulture the following turn. I don't actually know if Storm or... I don't know if Storm or Rhino is better. The answer is it's not a strictly better, strictly worse type thing. I've won games with Storm I wouldn't have won with Rhino, and vice versa. Locking the location down is not always upside. You can't always move into it. Because Heimdall only moves people to the left. Yeah, and Rhino's neat here because Rhino can destroy Limbo, which will let us, Rhino destroying Limbo would basically just let us win the game next turn, right? If we're set up for it. Surprise game end, yeah. And I think with the surprise game end in my pocket, I'm actually gonna snap here and we'll forge into Cloak. I think is my plan. We should be set to win left. Okay, so they're winning right really hard. But they could also move things into, so everyone can move their stuff here this turn. Is the thing. So there's Cloak is symmetrical. So there's this mind game of, okay, who's moving how much to where Cloak is. So let's say they move Iron Man here. They move Iron Man here. They only have 714, and this is getting plus 5 already. Yeah. Oh, I could Enchantress their Iron Man and probably win Stark Tower now, right? So I think we actually don't. I think we actually don't Rhino Limbo now at this point because I can Enchantress to turn off Iron Man. I might just Rhino Stark Tower here too. No, I'm not. No, because I need to be able to Enchantress here, right? And they could pull Iron Man left. I'm just gonna put a Hulkbuster in the middle. Huh? So turning off Iron Man doesn't really accomplish anything here, right? Because they'll still have 12, 22. Maybe I should have bailed out. Maybe we should have just Rhino'd mid. I guess we just do this and hope we win mid now. We'll have 11 here. We're up 13 and we're up 11. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay, yeah, super good. Oh, Iron Man would get doubled by Citadel if we move through here, but that's still fine. If they slid it here, we left ourselves a spot open to be able to Enchantress here, which is why I didn't move something from Stark Tower over to here. It left me the flexibility to Enchantress the Iron Man wherever he went. So we were good even if that happened. Thanks everybody for hanging out this afternoon, by the way. Great to see 400 people in here for some Marvel Snap. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I do a lot of card games. We play Magic the Gathering. We've been playing Snap since it released. Do a little bit of other strategy games like Pokemon Unite as well. Okay, so we have the multiple man. We drew Iron Fist on turn 2. I think we're multiple man into Hulkbuster. We're definitely multiple manning this turn. The question is, next turn, do we Hulkbuster or do we Iron Fist into Hulkbuster? Well, that makes that decision much easier since just discarded a card from our hand. So now we'll Hulkbuster here. Multiple man's probably the best payoff in this deck. It says when you move this card, add a copy to the old location. So this is gonna merge into a seven power thing, and then we can cloak over here on the left, and it's gonna let us pull multiple man over. And well, now, do I Vulture now? I think I Vulture now. And then we solidly win right, I think. Heimdall? Armor, Sid. There might actually, so we're definitely moving multiple man here. There might actually be merit to leaving Vulture here so we can win right. We're definitely Enchantressing here to turn off Punisher's effect. And then I think I might, oh, they're Yondu discarded Heimdall, that's fine. It's the same as not drawing it. It doesn't matter. So this will be 13, 16, 17 on the left. And we'll have 14 on the right, turning off their Punisher. Maybe I'm better off putting armor here. So that way we have 7, 14, 17. Because they're already at 9 here. And then I'll still have 14 here to their 1. They could slide things. Yeah, I have to play for left and center. The question is, they could use my cloak as well. So they could slide stuff here, but I don't think they're likely to. I'm gonna snap back and end like this, I think. Let's see what they do. They could get me on the Avengers compound with a sequence because they're winning in the Crimson Cosmos. They could like bail right and get me left. I don't think they're gonna do that. So we tie right on Gamora, and then we win because we win the tiebreaker. Because we're up by 13 and they're only up by 9. So tie, plus 13, minus 9. Good stuff. Yeah, there have been a lot of total power breaks today. Yes, I'm currently playing using an Android emulator. When they do a full non-beta release, they intend to have a PC client as well, though. Alright, so I don't want to try and Electro the Sunspot, because if I do that, we could hit the Ninja and give them extra power. It's really cool to see a 3-lane game that doesn't suck, mood. Take your cube. Take your cube and leave. I didn't want your cube. Take your RNG cube and climb up the ladder with it. Hulkbuster is super awkward with the Central Park. Yeah, I agree. Well, like, an RNG game like that happens, it's like, okay, this game only lasted 3 minutes. It's like not a big deal. Like we spent less time playing that game than I spend mulliganing in the average game of Magic the Gathering, right? So it's like, it's just really not a big deal. Like when you lose an hour-long match of Magic to a beat like that, I like kind of hate myself for the fact that I spent the time playing it. But here it's just like, all right, that was short. On to the next one. All right, the squirrels look to be just as awkward for them as us so far. There's a Heimdall for later. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and ruin Westview. Okay. So let's Iron Fist here into multiple men. Oh, I could also Electra left. Do I want to Electra left? If I Electra left and I kill the squirrel, I'm kind of really upset. So I think the answer is no. Ooh, Hulkbuster's really good with Angela, huh? She lets you play another card out to that location. Okay, so now I think this might be a just like play. Oh, you know what? I could say I could Hulkbuster mid, but I actually can't because it's a 3-cost card. I think I am just Enchantress left just for the power, and then we'll like Heimdall mid next turn and like slide these to here. I could Heimdall. I guess we could Enchantress here and then Heimdall here and slide these over. Yeah, maybe that's the play actually, because then we'll end up with these two here and these two here. Yeah, let's do that. Hey, what's going on, Red Link? Yeah, I had a highlight video post this morning. I think the new Pokemon's pretty reasonable. Vision makes the math kind of muddy. But I think we're good. I don't think I'm snapping back here, but I think we're good to stay in. We'll see what they do and where they go. Okay, Vision stayed mid. Solidly losing. Oh, do we lose? Do we lose right by 1 because of that? Damn it. Yeah, Kazar's bonus meant we lost right by 1. He has all the 1-cost cards plus 1 power, so he had to add 8 power. Yeah. The squirrels are really mediocre for this deck because you're so tight on board space. Yeah, the squirrels made multiple beds super awkward. Let's play with this one a little bit. Yeah, this is another kind of just mid-range good stuff deck, but I'm playing Hulk instead of Chaves because Wave can put Hulk into play sooner if you draw it before turn 6. So Wave, in addition to being a disruptive element, also gives us the access of being able to... So it's probably Namor into the negative zone for us, so I think I'm gonna cable on the right and see what we draw. Strong guy plus Ant-Man. If they're able to get their hand empty, we're probably not winning Grand Central. The game ends on turn 4. Okay, well, now that makes this have more potential. So now the question is, what do we think of waving to the left and then clawing next turn? I think I like it. I think I'm gonna wave left and then claw. They're gonna get their hand empty on turn 4. They could have a card that lets them discard here. Oh, that's a Hulk. Is playing Hulk better or worse than playing Claw? It might be worse, right? Because this in theory lets me win both of these. And they only get to make one play here. If they have a card that lets them discard a card, they probably win because it lets Strong Guy buff. Do I play around that by playing Hulk left? Probably not, right? If they, like, play it here, they could beat Hulk potentially, because this gets +6 when their hand is empty. All right, I'm not gonna snap, but I'm gonna play Claw left. Yeah, they couldn't get their hand empty because of the wave disruption. Yeah, Hulk left loses anything, right? Is also true. Yeah, Claw. I love this card. He's such a trooper, chat. He wins you so many games that, like, no other card could. Just, like, look at all your permutations, like, yep, Claw wins this one. How do you see the opponent's hand card? You click on their avatar. Clicking on either player's avatar shows hand and deck size. What is this? This is Marvel Snap. It is currently in beta on Android and iOS. Can you only snap once you're... No, you can snap whatever you want. In fact, there's a lot of humans that just, like, snap on the first turn of the game all the time. There's some kind of bug this patch where people just don't get connected to the game. I'm not sure if I'm not connecting there or if they're not connecting. It happens occasionally. Agent 13 to the left here. A little bit of risk because it means I only have one other spot to fill in here, but I think that's fine. Cards cannot be played there on turn 6. So now the question is, do I want to name more? Do I want to potentially name more mid or right? Because I don't really want to play my next card here. Namor gets a bonus if he's our only card in a location. I think there's value to Namoring on the right, because that way if I draw Claw, I can Claw middle to buff him up. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cable mid. And then we'll Namor right next turn most likely, unless the location is not favorable. Sick. Super paid off. Okay, now the question becomes, how many cards am I going to play out? Is space going to be an issue? Because I could theoretically go Forge plus Nightcrawler here, and then I have 3 more spots to play in basically, and I only have turns 4, 5, and 6. So I think we actually do this. Yeah. I'm gonna go Forge and a Nightcrawler. Yes, this is a new location. It says, if you only have one card here, it gets +5 power. And I think I want the 2 extra power on Nightcrawler and not Namor. They get to play a chunker here. Good beats, good beats. This is the last turn a card can be played into the vault. But I also played here doesn't mean I can't move. So we can vision here on the left and potentially slide him into the center, right? I think I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and snap here. We'll see what we draw. I am playing, this is a spot where playing Hulk instead of Chaves is a little bit of a downside, because it would be nice to draw a Chaves next turn. Okay, so they have an Infinitot. Well, that's fine. We can vision here, and then we drew the Hulk chat. Look, who needs Chaves, right? What does Professor do? Professor prevents any other cards from being added, removed, or destroyed at his location. He locks it down. So they played nothing this turn, which I assume means the Infinite's about to come down into one of these 2 spots to win it for them, but that's fine because we'll win the other. Yeah, Professor X is a neat tech card. I've played him off and on in a few different things. It's really, really powerful effect. Hulk is a strictly better Chaves if we draw it on curve. That's true. That is true. Oh, it's just a double dino. Okay, sure. What should we beat? Good beats. Turn 1 plays. This is probably a Namor mid-angle. Ideally, you want a Namor middle or right, so that way Claw can back him up if necessary. I think I'll just cable on the left here. See what we draw from them. Yeah, Hulk is just an 11 power beater. Okay, so Vision is actually, and this is one of the reasons why I love Vision, is Vision's an incredible draw because we can drop him somewhere else and then slide him in over here to the left. And so I'm gonna actually snap here because I'm gonna armor on the left, which cuts them off of being able to Nova here, and they can't Nova here or here. So with Namor mid and then Vision sliding right, we should have a good spot, good chance. The armor here does mean that I'm going to be unable to Shang-Chi the Devil Dino, which is a little sad, but hopefully we're just not even going to need this location. Okay, there's Claw, which gives us the ability to support Crimson Cosmos better next turn. Their on-reveal abilities happen twice at this location next turn. It's a little scary. If they hit like White Tiger, if they have like White Tiger and they White Tiger into the Sanctum, that throws off our Vision bet, which is unfortunate. If they White Tiger into Hellfire Club, that's fine though. They could also, Odin could be on the table here too, right? Wait, what? They just did nothing? This is only next turn, right? Oh no, this is constant. Your on-reveal abilities happen twice. Well, that's kind of scary. Huh. Well, what's gonna mess me up? I don't know. I think we're staying in. I think we just like Claw here and pull Vision over here. Just like hope that 7 wins here, and if they have a Claw, they could win the Sanctum. Just nothing, huh? All right, deal. What is Hobgoblin doing? Why does it have -8 power? When Hobgoblin flips up, it moves to the opponent's side of the board. Really, really sweet card. So it's like a card that works well with Namor because it kind of adds power to Namor's lane without being another card in it, and it locks them out of a spot. Would Hobgoblin mid have been better than Claw left? Maybe? Yeah, maybe. Well, it's interesting too, right? Because you could get got by it. You kind of can't put it into a location where you think your opponent might fill the location. Because, like, if you both, if they fill a lane, you're going to be, like, hella sad that you put this Hobgoblin in it. It's staying where it's at. Seeing Chaves in my hand here before the end of the game is weird. Yeah, there's also, there is a green, I think Green Goblin is a 3-cost -3. If I recall correctly. I guess we just armor on the left here. I don't really want to commit more to Onslaught Citadel, I don't think. That's kind of funny that I put up armor here. Yeah, it's a bot. Adjective, on a Enchantress here on the left. Watch us lose to the bot after we snap it. I mean, Hulkbuster into multiple man on Atlantis is actually pretty good. Well, okay, so Hobgoblin definitely wins us mid. And we're up by 10 over here. I think we just do that, right? What does snapping do? It doubles the stakes. So a number of cubes up here is how many ladder points you win at the end of the match. So in this case, we got the maximum of 8, so we're up to 37 on the ladder, and 1 out of 10 cubes towards the next. So, we talked about Hulk just being an 11 power beater. It has small upside in some cases, like with Washington, D.C. here. So, Hulk will be a 14 power beater in D.C. Which is nice. Okay, well, they've already got 2 cards here. God, that's a sweet altar art. I think we just punish her here on the left. Cards with the highest power here get +3. Sure. No, when cards get put into play, their on-reveal effects still happen. I guess we just Enchantress the Mr. Fantastic, huh? Oh, this is symmetrical. It would turn off my Punisher. I guess we'll just wave. The card with the highest power here gets +3. All right, well now we'll Namor here so that way we don't RNG into him flipping into Grand Central. Then you should be able to lock this down here. Okay, and then easy snap, because Enchantress should mean we win middle, and we could just slide this in over here as well. I didn't click the button. I was like, what are we waiting for? One thing that I think actually would be an interesting thing for Snap to do is I feel like, I believe, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the amount of time you have per turn is uniform in Snap right now, and I really feel like they should make the earlier turns shorter and the later turns longer. Oh, damn, I was hoping we'd get our win 3 paths mission. It's one of the weekly ones that I haven't been able to do yet. Not had a game where we got to win all of them. All 3 locations in a match. It'll happen eventually, right? Maybe someday. So part of the problem with the electric slide deck is is that when you're actually getting set up to win all 3 paths, people usually concede before you actually are. So it's a rough beat. Snapping reminds me of head-to-head in poker. Yes, yeah, it's big. It's really interesting that it's neat that they've successfully implemented a gambling mechanic without making you gamble money directly, which is fun. Okay, so talking about Hobgoblin synergies, we mentioned Atlantis, but Hobgoblin actually has great synergies with, oh, I'm dumb, chat. They played their Sunspot here. I was excited in talking about things. So Hobgoblin with Negative Zone is actually really good synergies as well. Because he'll be -11 inside of the negative zone. So cards are going to cost 1 more next turn. It's actually super awkward for my deck. We just Hulk on the left. How does that work exactly? So, when someone snaps to increase the amount of cubes you are playing for, it doesn't happen immediately. It happens the following turn. So if you retreat, so like here for example, next turn we'll be playing for 2 cubes, but if I retreat now, I only lose 1 cube. There's only opponents, right? Destroy enemy cards, location of 9 or more power. So I guess we'll play this here to hedge the dream dimension. And I think I'm gonna count on Hobgoblin winning mid. Oh gosh, they didn't play anything. We could get infant on it and lose mid. I'm gonna play for the 4 just in case they're not on it, but this could be an infinite. That beats. That's fine. I deserve to lose to the bot for not paying attention. Or wait, maybe they weren't a bot. They did storm here on 3. So maybe they sunspotted here planning to storm. That's probably what they did. Yeah. That might have been a person. It's hard to tell. The bots are either noun or word or a single first person's name. What does Sunspot do? It absorbs all your leftover energy every turn. Yeah, it's like obviously doubling up is old, like you referenced backgammon, but using it in the context of in between games or like applying it to a ranked ladder is definitely new. Haven't seen that before. I mean, there aren't a ton of players in general in the game, so like this is a real person because the bots don't emote. Is there a 2v2 mode? There is not. Okay, so we've got Hulk for the left and Atlantis for the right. And I think I'm gonna wave left, and then wave plus Hulk should win this easy. Oh, you know what? I forgot to leave the ad goal up on the screen, too. Let's put that up here. By the way, chat, it's mentioned in the title. Oh, I forgot to click the button again. The stream this week is sponsored by Dislight. Got an easy way to support my content. Check them out. If we hit that 110 goal by end of day Friday, I get a bit of a bonus, so I appreciate everybody takes a few minutes out of their day to do that. So we're going to Hulk here since it's cheaper this turn. What does Wave do? Wave makes all cards in both players' hands cost 4 next turn, which is pretty good. Namor right and Agent 13 mid, which leaves us the flexibility to Hobgoblin somewhere next turn. If you do check out Dislight using the promo, you can get a free gift sub to the channel as a thank you as well. As a Nova and a Deathblock. Okay. I think we're in a good spot though, right? Yes, yeah, Hobgoblin and Atlantis just like dumpsters them. So obviously we're not winning mid, but we can drop a Hobgoblin here and win this. Opponent conceded, sure. So the star and the heart, once we get it programmed, will list most recent subscriber and most recent follower. I like the rest of this much cleaner than just having nothing there, so I decided to throw it up today before we've got that programmed into stream elements. So those will eventually have stuff there, but they don't at the moment. Got rocks in my boots. Yeah, Hobgoblin has 4 locations that he's good with. He's good in Atlantis. He's good into all of the minus power things. So all of those locations are good for Hob. He's also just generically good with Namor, because you'll put Namor somewhere and your opponent will think like, oh, yo dog, I heard you like, heard you like cables, Chip. Oh, that's a Hulk. Okay. So then again, I think the plan here is Hulk left, Namor right, and then we can Claw or Hobgoblin to support Namor, depending on what they do. Yes, double on reveal gives you the Hobgoblin back. It's not a good seed. Hobgoblin goes to the opponent's side of the board after it flips up. So it's minus power because it goes away. Nice disruptive Draco. Atlantis is the featured location right now, which I believe means it's in about 50% of the games. Well, you could just pay for your rabbit, Karate Dumb. You're allowed to pay to rabbit. Oh, Hobgoblin can also be good in a Space Throne. Yeah, kind of. It's a big risk into Space Throne, right? Let's get things stacked up here in the middle since it gets +2 power to them and then to turn 5. So, cards cost 1 more next turn, which means Namor can still be played out here. So I think we vision... Is it too... Oh, we probably just vision mid, right? So that way he gets the Stark Tower bonus so we can decide where to put him after. Yeah, that's the play. Are there many cards that have negative? There is Hobgoblin and Green Goblin, I believe, are the only two. Green Goblin is a -3 power for 3 resources. So we slide Vision here, we Hobgoblin here, we Agent 13 here. Oh, is there a negative power that gives you a demon? Because there's definitely, I opened, my last 3 pulls were all really bad. It was pretty disappointing. Oh, do I have enough resources to upgrade Vision? I do. Let's make Vision purple, chat. So, upgrading cards. When you see me upgrade a card like this, it simply upgrades the cosmetic level, which then gives me account levels, which is how you unlock new cards. So working our way towards that next mystery card. Who did I get? Sort by energy. There was it was a 2 or a 3 drop that when it comes into play, yeah, Viper. She donates one of your other cards to the location. Hood. Do I have Hood? The Hood. Okay, cool. So the Hood builds with Viper. I was wondering when I would want Viper, but a Hood Viper deck sounds like a thing. They're 1 account level away from our next card, chat. Clearly we should just put a bad comment into the deck that we're playing to try and upgrade it, huh? Should we shove a bad comment into our deck? There's some of these cards I have that are common that aren't bad. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get a new card tonight. I might finally have, maybe we should look at the discard deck stuff after this. I might finally have enough discard stuff. You also Viper Rock from Derby. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so when I get Hood, we'll have a Viper deck to build. Speaking of rocks. I should snap the bot. Let's wait and see. Now, see chat? Now we're both bots. You all wanted to snap the bot? Well, there's ego to play 2 rocks out of my hands. So this I think is one of the worst locations in the game. It's very dumb. The developers talked about how the point of ego is it puts like the skill or interesting part into whether or not you're snapping, but yeah, you turn into an NPC and just kind of watch the game go. What does Bucky do? When Bucky dies, he creates the Winter Soldier, so he's a destroy payoff. I don't really care for ego either. It's free to hang out and see how the game's playing out, though, so we'll take another turn. Yes, having to hit... Well, so it's hitting end turn. The end turn is giving you a chance to snap, basically. And now the Strange Academy just, like, RNG fiestas everything. Okay, chat. We could win this game. Oh my god, why did it play Professor X, chat? Like, Namor is right there, chat. He's right there, chat. Namor is right there. I think we gotta concede. There's no way they don't beat 3 here, right? They could also just add, like, 5 over here. I ain't betting 4 cubes. If they hadn't staffed, I'd play. There's a lot of loose conditions there. All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick, and when I get back, we're gonna look at building the discard deck. BRB. Alright, so these are the discard payoffs that I have. There's 2 blades because one is an ultra out. Yeah, we want strong guy 2 probably. The question is, like, are these enough, right? Like, is Apocalypse and strong guy... I guess Swarm's kind of a payoff too. You get 2 0 cost copies. You don't think Apocalypse is good? Yeah, I can see that being bad. I can see that being mediocre. Okay, and we've got 4 slots here. Apocalypse wins when it hits the lane by itself. Maybe? I guess Lady Sif is pretty good with it. It's Orbin time, something like that. true. We could just play Chaves for the consistency's sake. And then we could play strong guy. We just like always get our hand empty and then we know we have a big payoff coming. I feel like Chaves is actually pretty good this archetype. Because not only does she make everything else more consistent, but she also just like gives you a guaranteed payoff when you empty your hand on 5. Where is strong guy? There he is. I think I want a strong guy in Chaves. Oh, my overlay is not great for deck building. Hold on. Let's look to, we don't have a fancy overlay for this one, but you can see the deck better. So let's sit here for a second. No Hella. No, I don't think so. What does she do? You want Sentinel? Yeah, I guess Sentinel's okay. I don't know. I have a few discard payoffs, right? Like we have Swarm and Wolverine. I feel like I'd rather have a 1-drop rather than Sentinel, right? Like maybe Agent 13 is better just because I can play her on 1. Yeah, like Agent, like having some extra gas in my hand is probably fine. How many cards do I have that discard? We have Blade, Sif, Gambit, Colleen, and Sword. Yeah, we have 5 cards that discard. So yeah, Agent 13 to give us a little bit extra gas is probably fine. And then we have like the last spot's a tech card. So we just like play a copy of armor. It's like armor goes in everything. Yeah, Stormer Rhino could be okay too. Enchantress is also an option. So Sif discards our highest cost card and Wing discards our lowest cost card. So if we Sif, we'll ditch the Swordmaster, and then Colleen will ditch the Swarm, which is nice. Oh, that's awkward. Huh? I guess I can Colleen on the cloning bats is probably a line. And then honestly, with Wolverine drawn, it might be Colleen on the cloning vats again next turn, huh? So if I do this, this will discard one of these, and then this will discard one of these, and then I'll get a Colleen into my hand. It's kind of a sweet turn. They snapped back. Okay. So I know I'm gonna have a Chaves next turn. I don't need my hand to be empty here. but it could be nice if it is. It doesn't really matter. We just do this. We like lock in 9 over here. Oh, it keeps its ability. Oh, I didn't notice that. Huh, that changes everything. Well, okay, now we do this, right? And then next turn we can Chaves and play a bunch of free swarms. Man, that's sick. They could beat us right here. Okay, so they beat us right, but that's fine. We're gonna have a bunch of free swarms next turn. So we get to go Chaves, swarm. Sweet. Okay, Chad, I'm sold. All in. That was great. All right, sweet. And Colleen getting enough to level up actually means we get to unlock a new card. Level 666, chat. Who do we get? Magneto. On reveal, move all opposing 3 and 4 cost cards to this location. Oh, this is actually a neat piece of technology. So he works with Kingpin. So Kingpin says next turn destroy all cards that are moved here. So if you Kingpin on 5, you can use Magneto to destroy a bunch of stuff and clean out the area. That also comes with the asterisk though that it has to be an area with space open on it. Nova's a 1 cost. No, Nova's a 1 cost. It's real busted. There's a turn 7 this game. I think that's actually quite bad for us, right? Because our deck's kind of built to spend all of its resources before then. Turn 7's good for strong, right? Yeah, kind of. Improve the ability. This might actually be useful at some point. Do I blade here and try and high roll the swarm? What do you think? What do you think about trying to high roll the swarm here? It's 1 in 3. I'm just gonna chill. With the 7th turn, I'm not really in a rush, right? This card is cool. This is a card I really want to open. You get +1 max energy, and then ongoing, you can only play 1 card per turn. Is a really sweet one. You know, I probably don't need armor here. I think we can go Morbius, and then do we just 0 into armor next turn? Although I guess if we don't have armor, we can't play into nowhere, huh? I could save armor for nowhere to get it turn 7. Yeah, maybe. That kind of gives a freebie. Yeah, but maybe that's better. I don't know. I'm just like trying to figure out how to get my hand empty. And playing armor out that turn was only... This deck kind of has like very demanding sequencing in specific order stuff, right? Wave is super good against us for sure. This. Nah, I don't think Wasp is really a playable card. Oh, right, shoot. I forgot we're guaranteed to draw Chaves this turn. That's fine. I guess we Chaves mid. Oh, gosh. Odin on Wave probably means we're dead, right? Okay, chat, these 2 cubes are for the content, okay? These two cubes are for the content. These are content cubes, chat. Alright, hit me, dealer. Yeah, Wave is really good against our deck, which honestly might be a reason not to play this in the short term. Because she's the new fancy card, so everybody has them. Please not Magneto. If we hit the Odin, we should probably win, right? The opponent is also a whale. You don't get this wave skin until you hit level 15. Never lucky, chat. Wave seems pretty unbeatable for this archetype. I think chat was definitely right that I should not have played the armor early, but again, the sequencing is just so miserable. Yes, if we hit Chaves, we might have actually still been losing if we hit Chaves there. What does Gambit do? He discards a card from our hand to destroy an enemy card at random. He's aptly named as what he is. Okay, so they are most likely to Nova on the left, right? So I think we armor left, and then we'll blade here as well, and hope to hit the swarm here. So we sword master now. Well, strong guy's actually kind of awkward with swarm, right? Oh, I guess we could probably empty our hand for swarm. We're definitely drawing a Chaves next turn, we know for sure. So I guess the question is, do I play the swarms out this turn or not? I think the answer is no, right? Then we're not going to be able to get strong guy to pop off, but I think that's also okay. I think I'm just going to sword master and hope we hit here. Why don't we just do this, right? Just like Chaves plus swarm here for plus 13, and then we plus 3 over here. Honestly, I think we might snap, right? We're gonna lose the tiebreaker. We're gonna lose the tiebreaker. Yeah, strong guy is not good. Who's the person that talked me into strong guy? They're a scam artist. We're gonna cut strong guy. I've been scammed out of 8 cubes by the person that talked me into strong guy. That was close. What else? Do we just like play another tech card then? Just like play an Enchantress? Seems fine. I think she's one of the best tech cards you can play right now. Yeah, it's either Enchantress or a card that interacts with the location. You know, play the card that buffs cards in our hand. I guess that's cute with Swarm specifically. We could also play, well, the size of our hand doesn't really matter if we're not playing strong guy, right? So if I'm cutting strong guy, I'm not really worried about getting my hand specifically empty. Although getting my hand smaller does give us more control over what we're discarding, but it's still not specific. Well, I mean, like, even if my last straw hadn't been Chaves that game, it would have had to have been another cheap card in order to finish there. I am gonna play Enchantress. Like, turning off their Khazars in that last game would have been good. There's a lot of Devil Dinos. Like, I think Enchantress is one of the best tech cards you can play right now. Pretty good. I forgot to update the picture, chat. The deck picture below me is wrong. I'm sure that's gonna happen occasionally. Catch you later, Braveheart. This card is up there with Ego for me for cards I like hitting the least. Or locations I like hitting the least. Nailed it, chat. Look at that skill game. Excuse me? Well, that's unfortunate. We lost the Atlantis payoff. It would have been really funny if this ended up going over to Kunlun. What does Galactus do? He gets discarded because he's trash. Swarm is quite the payoff, chat. Free cards are good. Like so it translates from other card games. Free cards are great. Swarm is like the multiple man of this deck. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Apt comparison. Excuse me, who? Yes, I updated the deck overlay. That is why Enchantress is displayed underneath my camera. Does Chaves have too much power, chat? I feel like Chaves might have too much attack, as much as I like this card. I think I'm chilling on Blade until I have a little bit more control over what's in my hand. I would definitely also accept that the Hulk needs to have more power. Agree with that. Alright, well, I am not a good deck into Atlantis. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and headbutt that one. Armor here, Gambit mid, and see what we get. For a skilled gamer, we'll hit Angela here, but noteworthy that their portrait is lit up currently, so they have priority. So whatever other cards they deploy here will also be in contention for Gambit to hit. Oh, yeah, I should Gambit. I should Gambit first and before armor. You are correct. My body is ready for Gambit to hit whatever they play at the runes. That's fine. We're super in here anyways, right? All right, let's give this one more try. But this deck doesn't seem very good when Swarm doesn't happen. I think calling Swarm the multiple meta of this deck is accurate to a degree, but the thing about multiple meta is you can kind of have more control over how it happens, whereas like Swarm, you can draw it, but then not hit it with your discard effects, and then it's effectively like it wasn't there. Feels real awkward. Is Hella even that good? I guess she like gives you extra power for free, but her base attack is pretty low, right? Well, so again, like Birthing Potter, if you listen to what I'm saying, my problem has not been making Swarm bigger. When we've had Swarm and discarded Swarm, our deck has felt good. The problem is that there's been a lot of games where we've had Swarm and then it just doesn't get discarded. I think I have to take the coin flip here on... I have to take the coin flip here on these two. No, that's Agatha glitch. Okay, we gotta win another coin flip. All right, we won both coin flips. R and Jesus take the wheel. And then Colleen is always always discarding our lowest, so we just put her anywhere. This game is currently available on Android and iOS in limited beta form in most places. When it has a full release, it will include a PC version. Huh. Gambit's not actually good though, right? I think we just chill. Well, Morbius gets power for every card I've discarded, right? So I've discarded 1, 2, 3. Morbius is going to be 6 here in the middle. And then we draw Chaves next turn. Is this it, chat? Are we finally going to get the win all 3 locations? This could be a win all 3 locations game. Oh, they hit us on the right. Okay, we win the match, but their Ironheart hitting right means we lose right. Sad. I'm never going to get this win all 3 locations quest done, chat. It's actually just impossible for me. Yeah, I don't know. This feels like I don't know what the power level is here. Like that game was definitely like Swarm was kind of neat, but like we also had to win 2 coin flips to win that game, right? Like we won a Lady Sif discarding our other 3-drop, and we won Blade discarding Swarm over the other. Yeah, and maybe the 6-drop payoff that people are talking about hella. Maybe that's good enough, but I think this is when I probably want to wait revisit until we have slightly more. All right, I think it's Pokemon Unite time, chat. They released a new character yesterday. It's kind of fun. We're gonna do some duos with my wife. She's around this afternoon. Let us unite them all. This one, in fact, Delphox released yesterday. A disruptive ranged attacker.